See if this actually works.
What up, Tafari?
Deji,
What's
what
good
up,
with you?
boy? Chilling, chilling at the gym.
So, what is Clubhouse? I guess I would just say it's a big ass group chat, but it's audio. So, think about anything that you want to talk about. There's probably a room or whatever. That's what they break. Everything breaks down into rooms. So, rooms, and then you could become a member of a group just based on like participation and yada yada, all that other stuff. So the only reason why I guess the people that you met, I don't know how they explain it to you, but that's the simplest form. Just think about it. Any topic you want to talk about, you can talk about with a bunch of strangers. And it's basically you bouncing ideas or you having conversation with complete randoms. Now, Clubhouse gets a bad reputation because you got people on there moaning um, for some cash. That's a thing. There's hella rooms that break out and they just be talking about nastiness. They got like rooms that are called like throat babies.
Oh, oh, what up, KD?
What's the other one? The other one is they got a bunch of rooms, but a bunch of rooms that just people just they just be capping. Like they don't be talking about nothing.
That,
They got rooms where they roast and straight up as soon as you get in there, they look at your IV, pull up your IG and Twitter, and they get to roasting you. Those rooms are hilarious though, but I, those is if you very faint of the heart, I wouldn't dive into them. But them rooms are hella hilarious. But you just can never hear nobody because everybody's trying to get their jokes off, so it just sounds like a big jumbled mess. Um, and then you got other rooms like I'm in the anime room, so that should be cracking. Um, but the only thing that's dangerous about Clubhouse is that you be getting on there, right? And because you can chime in whenever you feel like it, you damn near leave the app on all day. So you just be coming in and out, you know. You say your piece, you leave. You listen to some people drop some tea. Oh, bro, let me tell you something. The hoteps are mad wild.
oh, not the Hotep Heroes.
Talking pro the diaspora to they're like redefining what it means to be black. And I'm like, this ain't it. But that's neither here or there. You got people using the green bean. That's the thing. When you're a moderator on the app, which means you basically get to control the room and who talks and is able to talk. Just people just talking to anybody any types of ways. Um, and then yeah, after that it's just a big ass forum for people to talk, and that's it.
I heard Clubhouse was like brand new, but then it just got on and popping with more people than it can handle, like overnight. And my introduction to Clubhouse was Kevin Hart jumping in the rooms and getting flamed because I guess his new special wasn't too funny.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of rooms like that. There is a bunch of rooms just like that.
So
Yeah, you could be in rooms. I mean, it's weird, right? Because like you said, it's in the beta testing right now. But like you said, you could be in a room with like the game 21. The game really has a clubhouse conversation because I guess the game is so woke now. But like he be having rooms every day about something. Like he had one. I think he had one yesterday about polyamorous relationships versus being monogamous. Um, bro, just everything. You could be in a room with there. I mean, Mook Mill always has a Philly room. It's like whatever you want to get into. You know what I'm saying? You just got to watch out for the ops because some people be screen recording and they be trying to catch people off guard. But it's weird. You be hearing a lot of interesting tidbits and facts. So yeah, that's all. What it really helped emphasize, if you didn't think there was a lot of people out like you in the world, I guarantee you could find them on Clubhouse.
I don't
So
know.
if you wanted to find,
I'm always late to the party. I just started using Reels on Instagram.
you ain't late. There's a bunch of people that ain't on Clubhouse yet. Clubhouse has
Yeah.
not been developed for Androids yet. It's only for Apple right now, and it's only being quote unquote marketed for one group, specifically Black people, but specifically Black creatives. And now it's kind of branching out to like working professionals, people in tech, people who do wellness and all that stuff. So now it's, but if you go on the app, I guarantee it's going to be 90 to 95% black people from everywhere. Actually, won't say everywhere, but as far as London and Austria is where I've heard people from, and then people in the U.S. A bunch of New York motherfuckers are in there. Um, a bunch of New York, a bunch of Philly people, a bunch of Atlanta people. Not, I haven't seen a lot of Chicago people low key, so I feel like it's still getting introduced into the Midwestern markets. But but you could talk about it. They like literally they got rooms on everything: how to get out of credit, how to raise your credit score, how to run a startup, how to invest. Oh, so many things. How to podcast, bro. So many things. I'd be on the app for like hours just listening to people. Now you kind of have, as like always, you have to whatchamacallit, you have to vouch your sources. So you always got to check the receipts, but most of the time they be pretty on. The rooms I've been pretty fairly on point.
Yeah, I done seen a lot of rooms. Like I just be poke. I don't know. I was poking around these apps or these new features so I ever use them like months later. So like I just got into Reels, never got into TikTok. Now I see
Honestly,
Clubhouse jumping.
honestly, I wouldn't get into TikTok. I think TikTok is highly overrated, but that's for another day.
Thank you.
Because the only reason why TikTok is more popular than Vine is that because a certain community in America ran with it, as opposed to Vine, which was ran by the black community. But that's neither here nor there. TikTok got taken. It took off because a bunch of Generation Y, mainly white. Is it Generation Y or is it Generation Z?
I think there's the
Generation Z. Every teenager and their mama fell in love with TikTok like it was something new. But TikTok is not new. Everything that TikTok has done, Vine did, and that. Like, there's nothing that they're doing. It's just better branding and marketing.
yeah.
And Reels is just going to be popular because it's on IG, and that's the number one app right now besides Facebook.
Facebook is tripping lately. I done had like 5 groups I was in get shut down.
I'm just waiting for Facebook to send me that money because I put a claim in for for the breach of my security because of the face bio. But that's another story.
I ain't know people was getting money out of Facebook. Well, I mean,
Not
get
getting money, but if you seen the what's it called, the suit class, what's it called?
the class action suit.
There we go. I was gonna say it backwards. The class action, the class action suit. Yeah. Apparently, if you filled it out and everything, you have a chance to get some bread. It's not much, but it's something. And every dollar you don't work for is something. Because I'm still waiting on this stimmy, um,
Facts.
however much that may be. You know,
It's like when Red Bull had that class action suit and they gave everybody like you could file for like a free 4 pack. They got
yep.
mine. Got me and my roommates like a year and a half later.
You got your 4 pack a year and a half later.
Bro, it was like it was, I ordered it like halfway through our sophomore year. I got it like spring our junior year. And then TJ texted me, he's like, bro, where the hell did this come from? I ain't ordered this. I was like, I forgot I did that.
That's exactly what's gonna happen. I'm gonna see that money. I'm gonna be like, wow, I really forgot I did that.
Yeah,
Damn.
man, this social media stuff is, I don't know. I don't want to sound old and say I can't keep up. I be hesitant to just jump into everything. It's,
Yeah.
I feel like Clubhouse got popular the same way. What is the game? Fall Guys. Fall Guys like a year ago was popping, and they had to shut the game down because they're like, we just put ourselves out there. We didn't think we was gonna get this
Yeah.
popping this quick. We had to readjust the whole server.
Because you grow too fast, and that be happening on Clubhouse just because with anything in beta, there's going to be so many pitfalls, and people expect it to work accordingly. But I feel you with the social media because I was talking to my sister about it today, and I was like, the best bet really is if you wanted to like not be caught up in everything, is literally just go off the grid. Like if you don't want no cookies, no ads, like just stop using your phone because the moment you use your phone, they got you.
Exactly. I don't know. I'll be trying to branch out, but still a long road ahead.
You got to stick to what you know.
Facts.
I mean, Country Wayne stayed on Facebook, and he's still making money off Facebook, right? There's hella people that live off Facebook.
Yeah, I ain't know Country Wayne had an album out, let alone a few specials.
Are you talking about comedic album or like?
Comedic, yeah.
Okay, got you.
Like I listen to Pandora. That's the only place I go for comedy stations. I don't never go in there for music. It's strictly just jokes and old bits I didn't know existed.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that Country Wayne dropped a comedic album. I definitely would have seen that.
He just popped up on my. Bro, I've been wondering if comedians get paid because I met Eddie Griffin one time, which is a story I want to tell when I get a bigger following. And
Hmm.
I pulled up his albums. Like, how did you find these? Like, how old are you? I'm like 21. These albums are like 25 years old. How did you find these? I was like, oh yeah, Pandora. He's like, they stream on there? Yeah. Y'all should really check with your labels and make sure you're
Bro,
getting some of that.
I feel like
Hi,
comedic
Tess.
albums comedic albums. What's up, Tess? Comedic albums is like a lost platform, dog. I feel like comedy in general, bro. People don't understand how beautiful that art form is, man. The ability to make somebody laugh, man. That we just overlook that, and we trying to ban everything. And I miss comedy, man. I was looking back at some of the old like old. Oh my God, why can I not put words to things anymore? Um, what's it? See, the old basically the HBO special. Thank God it was coming on the tip of my tongue.
You struggling the word special.
I was struggling with the word special. I was looking at George Lopez. Why are you crying?
Dog, that
Um,
has me in tears every time it comes on.
bro, I was like, I don't even know how he got off of this, and I was like, I know why, because it was mid 2000s, early 2000s, where people still had a sense of gumption. You know what I'm saying? Um, and then of course I was listening to Dave Chappelle, killing them softly. And then I was watching Cat Williams. What was the one? Is it I'm a Hustler, or what was the one where he comes out every day I'm
It
hustling?
is. It's
Yeah,
Pimp Chronicles. It's American Hustle. That's the one we're talking
American
about.
Hustler. That's the one. And I was like, oh my God, Cat Williams was hilarious. I feel like Cat Williams needs to get his flowers because there was about a 4 or 5 year stretch where Cat Williams was probably the funniest man on television.
I would say I know he's like canceled now, but I was watching this old Vlad interview and I forget who he was talking to, but he basically said like people give Cat so much crap. And, you know, like he could always beefing with the Breakfast Club or him and
Right.
Kevin Hart always squaring up. But what people don't really talk about is like Cat will have like a controversy, beat it, and then that same weekend we'll have like a sold out show and explain the whole thing. So nothing is ever like
Yeah,
stuck with him for
everything
too long.
people be saying he's crazy, but I feel like a lot of the things he did was super intentional if you think about it. Um, because he was one of the main people saying before Dave Chappelle even started doing whatever he was doing, he was one of the main people to say that you start saying some stuff that the industry don't want to hear, they're gonna start pegging you as crazy and start pushing a whole bunch of narratives, and then the next thing you know, you get phased out. But to that point, the downfall of his career is that he was fighting somebody in the seventh grade. So I mean, there might have been some truth to his greatness, but you know, we still here for Cap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
People just.
Cat is like adopted kids and raised a bunch of children that ain't his own. He's a single parent that built
Hmm.
basically his whole platform off of Black Dollars. So Cat's always been one of my favorites, and Cat, I feel like got me through like personal stuff when I was in middle school with It's Pimpin' That or not, it's, Pimp Chronicles, the first one. That joint.
Pimp Chronicles was a classic. I miss comedy, man, because like and I keep telling people this because like I feel weird about it because people use YouTube so differently before, but like you used to go up on YouTube and you could just watch covers of like people singing, or you could watch comedy specials. And I used to watch that with my guys for hours, bro. Like I could tell you the reason why why are you crying by George Lopez is hilarious to me is because I was really watching that with my guys, bro. I was watching that at my guys' crib, and I was drinking because this is when I used to stay with a sweet $1 iced tea large from McDonald's. And if anybody know me, bro, I hustled every day for $1. Bro, I think about how much I used to hustle back in the day. Every single day. for almost 2 years, I found a way to make $1. So that's why I'd be like, wow, I really am a hustler in these streets. But anyway, that's besides the point.
Now I got some $1.
What you say?
My back.
Okay. All right.
Am I
Anyways,
good?
yeah, you're good. You're good. What was you saying?
I'm saying I got some $1 stories for gas. We had a gas station right next to my old high school. That
Mm-hmm.
was like that was the bodega boy.
That's how I'll put it. If you can hustle to get $1, that's how I know you're a real hustler, because $1 in itself is really insignificant. But the fact that you're willing to work and put in a little bit of effort just to make $1, that's how I know you're a hustler. But okay, let me get back to my story. So my story, right?
Yeah.
We in my guy's crib on the computer, right, watching YouTube. We see George Lopez. Why are you crying? He starts going into it. Dada loca, dada loca. Oh, let me go upstairs. My mom out here doing some stuff. But she's telling us. So as I'm watching it, right, I'm in the cut. I'm in the coat with my $3 iced tea on the screen. Look, ain't that stuff is hell about
Darkness, everybody, darkness.
darkness. R.I.P.
Yeah.
But I'm in the cut. You know, all my guys, me and all my guys, we watching it, right?
Right.
So he starts explaining how poor and how broke we were. And for anybody who knows the struggle, I felt him 100% on this, right? And he's talking about how poor he was. He used to take a regular piece of bread on a hot dog and fold it, right? And as
Right.
he's telling his story,
Don't be blacking my forks.
as he's telling the story, I'm like, bro, I've been there, I've done that, and I got the mouthful of sweet tea, and as he's telling it, he's like, I used to take a piece of bread and fold it, and when he said that, I fold it, I just instantly spat out all my sweet tea, and I was like, yo, that shit was hilarious, and then I was like, my bad, G, because I had spit on his computer, but that's how hard the joke hit, and I was like, it's weird now looking at YouTube because everybody's making these tutorial videos. Like, yeah, that was YouTube. That was like why YouTube was useful, like back in the day. But you really used to watch YouTube because you could really be on that and you could damn near watch TV shows for the free. And it's just so weird how it's being used now because I feel like it's taken away. Like, there used to be people like underground comedians, like and singers. Like I got onto so many people because of YouTube. I'll just go down the wormhole and then let that stuff ride. But that's neither here nor there. I sound like an old head because now
Nah, if
people.
you didn't watch anime in like 10 or 3 10-minute parts on YouTube, you can't talk to me.
Oh my God, Joe! Part 1, 8, bro. I was trying to watch the tuning tournament, bro. There was so many parts. Oh my God, bro. That's the
What
only
up,
way
Pat? Just witnessed me almost bust my ass a few minutes ago.
Bro, there was oh my God, bro, that was the worst part about YouTube, man. And if you wanted to watch it in dub, that's the only way you could do it, bro. So if you didn't want to stay up late for Tsunami, bro, you just put that joint on YouTube and you go through all the parts for the free, bro. You be going through all of it. You be like, do I want 720, 1080? And then there was standard. I was like, just give me whatever. I'm just trying to watch it. I can't believe I used to watch Naruto on YouTube, and now I can't even get it without paying for it now, man.
Yeah, but as far as comedy goes on that topic, I realize now, just from the few shows I've seen, the reason people get tired of getting filmed at comedy shows or you try to cancel them because of stuff is because part of like the comedy show is cool, but part of the show is that they trying to work these jokes on the road, and
Yep.
they're just like, all right, this joke works here. If I go to the South, this joke don't work. If I go to the Midwest, this joke works here, but it don't work out in the Northeast or whatever. So, like Eddie Griffin on his new special has a joke that I watched it. First off, if Eddie Griffin comes to your city, bro, you, Charles, take the entire cast of your podcast. I promise y'all will like probably piss yourself. But,
I'm I'm
like
trying
some
to go to a comedy joint.
like some of these comedians, it's like, all right, I got an hour, I'm gonna be up here, hour and a half, they leave. When Eddie Griffin gets on stage, he just talks. And when I tell you the show started at 10, we left at 1. And he's like, man, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I don't remember nothing I said tonight, but everybody laughing, everybody, I come to hurt you. You got a six pack. What happened to you with that Eddie Griffin show? But no, he has a joke in his new special that I think was funnier when I watched him do it live about all the people he's met in his life who passed
Mm.
away. So he's like, I poured some out for Richard Pryor, poured some out for Dick Gregory, poured some out for my homeboy Bernie Mac. Dog, him telling the story of how he met Bernie Mac was some of the funniest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, I miss comedy, man. I miss comedy because when you actually look at comedy and in essence what you're trying to make people do, which is laugh, and when everybody has a different type of humor and you can still make them laugh, bro, that's like the hardest art form imaginable. Like that's way harder than making music, making a beat, telling a story. Like look at all the things that we consider art and then like we get mad at comedy. Like that stuff is like, and maybe it's because I do podcasting now, so like I pay a lot of attention to people who tell stories in a creative way, especially when it's with their voice, like auditory.
Facts, yeah.
Like, like when you think about it, dog, like, and that's why like I didn't appreciate Dave Chappelle as much as I do now, because Dave Chappelle has done something where like he doesn't really tell comedy. He literally just tells stories, and because he knows he's such a great storyteller, that's how he's making money. Like he makes money because he has maybe like one or two punchlines. Like if we look at any of the specials he's dropped, whether it's 846, what was the new joint he just dropped uh,
Uh,
during the quarantine? Wow.
I'm blanking on the name of it. I'm ashamed of myself.
And the one
Uh,
he just did on HBO Max.
no, HBO Max. Yeah, the way he was going off about. I don't. I think it's called Unforgiven or
Yeah,
Unforgivable.
yeah, Unforgiven or something like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I
They
don't know the pandemic one. You know what? It's why am I acting like I don't have technology? Let me just look it up.
so the pandemic one was 846, but
Yep.
because they couldn't go on the road, he started doing comedy shows at his house, and then that's why people were like, "Oh, I'm tired of hearing the N word going off in my house." And it's like, was it coming from me or for you? So then he went on SNL.
Mm.
So Dave Chappelle used his own house as a way to workshop comedy, but then you had he worked on SNL. Then he came here to Austin, and I tried to get tickets. When I tell you at midnight in 30 seconds, them tickets was gone. And
Bro,
then
you. I
his,
just feel like
his
like it's gonna be so hard. It's like a shoe drop now. That's how like Dave has built himself up so much because of like his repertoire and what he puts out and quality of work. Like I don't think he got a miss. Like if you realistically if you think about it, and that's
no,
hard to say. And that's why I was like I'm enamored, not because it's funny, but like if you just sit down and look at how he tells a story, bro, like this bro, he's better than Malcolm Gladwell. Like anybody in name, I'll put that on everything that I love. Like this man,
what up, Trey?
what up, Trey? He said, "What up, black people?" Like this man, the way he connects, like the way he connected, like his his ancestor being like the first black or freed one of the first slaves to become like a politician that was freed,
Yeah,
and
that
then,
was crazy.
like him like being a part of was he saying that a part of like the inauguration or whatever? I can't remember.
I believe like the inaugural Black Panthers. I can't remember, something like that.
It would have to be something like that, but I might watch it again. But like I just love watching him tell a story, and I'm like, how much? Because I feel like he's tapping into something else, right? Because that's a different market that is left to be untapped, right? How much can you pay, or how much can you get people to pay you to tell a story and still you charge them? Like, if you look at anything that he's been dropping, bro, there really hasn't been that much funny in it. Like, it's been monologues, but it's been I'm gonna tie you in, I'm gonna lead you, and you're gonna be like, oh, what am I about to say? What is he trying to? What's the point he's trying to make? And then he hits it, and every time he hits it, I'm like, this man is doing this man's doing God's work because this is beautiful, and I don't know if people see it that way, right? Because that's just me. I'm not everybody. I'm not for everybody, and I'm realizing
Right.
that more and more every day. But like, I'm like, yo, this. Can I take a? I mean, I don't need to take a class, but I'm just like taking notes as he's doing it because I'm like, how can I connect? You know what I'm saying? Like, how can I connect this sweet tea to when I was watching? Why are you crying?
but still hit the point that like comedy has changed. You know what I'm saying? You start thinking about stuff like that. You start thinking about stuff like layers, and I'm starting to notice that's the maturation or the maturity in like creativity is like first like I feel like creativity gets a bad rep because it's like, oh, if you have a good idea, that's creativity. No,
Right.
creativity is being able to flesh it out, being able to layer it. Thought, being able to layer it, and that's what I'm learning more and more. To be honest with you, because everybody can have a good idea, but can you flesh out that idea and bring out like the storytelling, the elements where people can connect, share conversation? I'm giving y'all a workshop right here.
Nah, Trey on his soapbox today.
Okay,
I'm with it though. Yeah,
people.
shout out
What
Tiff
happened?
Temp. Pimp Chronicles was hilarious.
Trip, Trey, what happened today, man?
White people wildly. You see the news?
I mean, I have, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I said, what else did you expect?
I'm disappointed, but I ain't surprised.
Honestly.
But nah, that stuff with Dave and his being related to like a slave that he knew. I keep trying to
Hmm.
tell people we not that far removed.
Bro.
What is his name? Menace to Society. You know, fucked up. Bill Duke. Bill Duke's grandparents or his great grandparents were, I think, living slaves who I think lived until he was a teenager. So he has stories like straight from the plantation. You know, if you ever watch his old interviews, he talks about like before I was an actor. You know, I was a kindergartner when I tried to like drink bleach because I thought it would like fix me and make people like me more.
Bro, that's wild. But that also makes sense because I was watching an interview with Chris Rock, and he's like, I don't even like watching television, watching movies or television shows that are based off the pages because they don't even get racism correctly. You know,
I know what you're talking about.
he was like, he's like, real racism is a white man walking into your house, your mom cooked a whole bunch of food after working the whole entire day, and eating the food that your mom made in your house, and then leaving. That's real racism.
Yeah, well, his mom had to go to the vet to get a dentist appointment.
Yeah, and I was like, wow, Dave. I mean, I was like, wow, Chris Rock. I didn't even know it was that bad. But where you start thinking about it, you'd be like, this, this, this stuff is really deplorable. Like, honestly, I, I'm not gonna say it. You know what? I need to get bigger before I say. I'm realizing that more and more. I need to get bigger before I start talking the way I really feel.
That's it. I got stories that I've been wanting to just like put out and tell because I know they're funny, but I'm like I want more people to be around when I say it. Like one thing I've always said about Cat Williams and them early specials, and I feel like we don't talk about it enough as young boys because we so focused on trying to make sure everyone else feels included.
Yep.
But when you start liking girls, there is I'm really watching these niggas climb up walls, and they said walls working. Anyway, no, but there's a line when you're a teenage boy and your hormones kick in. Shocking. Uh, you there's a line you gotta learn between liking a girl, between I like to call it between pimping and perversion, and I feel or the other side of that line, pimping and simping, and I feel like Cat Williams helped me confirm that a lot of the stuff I was doing at like a teenager that carried into adulthood was normal and doing too much or doing too little. Because like that
Don't get
whole
Charles talking about pimping and simping. He'll go on all day about that. You already know.
like that whole bit he has, oh, that's for women, that's not for me. Like that spoke to my soul.
Man, when Cat Williams was talking about the satin sheets, I was like, oh,
Bro, you remember my dorm used to look like I always had like two extra pillows I never slept on.
yeah,
I always had some decent shampoos in my bathroom. When I was in middle and high school, I always had songs on my iPod and my niggas be before bro, my homeboys for football game. Nigga, what you got the Beyonce album here for? Nigga, that's not for me. You know who
bro.
that's
I
for.
I ain't gonna cap, bro. I was listening before I let go by Beyonce. That stuff is a bop, dog. That stuff
I'm
is
saying so all the beautiful liars and the single ladies is dropping right on my iPod with them girls. Can I borrow it for gym class? I got you, baby. Go ahead.
son was playing the field. I don't wanna play the field no more. But see, everything.
It ain't even about hooking up with them. It's just making women feel comfortable around you.
Of course, of
So like
course.
when we all been drinking too much back at school, it's like Hey, just crash in my bed, wrap your head up. I got bandanas. I got decent shampoo in the bathroom. You know, I got a couple pillows I don't use. Go ahead and whip
You know
those
what?
out.
You know what they call that? You are a progressive male. Let's just say it, Tafari. You are somebody who was ahead of their time, completely progressive. It's
But
okay to say it.
but taking it back, what, 14, 15 years now to '06? Cat Williams, that's for women. That's not for me. When you come to my house, that's for women. That's not for me. Uh,
Hey,
hey,
hey, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm saying I got to get off here. I'm on like 5%. I'm about to get out here, but I'm gonna keep this live up. So, hey, good chat with you, though, Deji.
Anytime, my guy.
All right, boy. Appreciate y'all coming through.
Deuce, deuce.